Welcome to Living Single with Dan and Danny. As always, I am Danny. And to my right is Dan, man. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing well, man. No complaints. Blessed and highly favored. This is spring, daylight saving times in 2021. We made it. We staying pollen free, allergens free. Do you got allergies?
I don't.
Good, man. Allergy free, man. That's how we living. That's how we rocking. You know, beards are growing.
Yeah.
Some are, some aren't, but it doesn't matter. Because we happy, you know?
Who's not?
I hope nobody.
I thought it was important. I think we both thought it was important for us to do a solo episode because this is our roots. That's how it started. You
Ain't
know?
that crazy? We just got away from it. I was like, F it. Guess. If we don't have a guest, we're not doing it. This is weird doing the solo episode.
Yeah, because we haven't done it. So I don't even remember. I think the last one we did was what, season 3? I want to say.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. Who knows what that was about.
Yeah, so it's well overdue. I think we get so wrapped up into our guests and their lives and what they got going on that sometimes we don't get to share our perspective. So,
exactly.
This is kind of, I think, an update on where we both are in life. A lot has changed. And now 5 seasons of a show. And
big things coming too.
Yeah. And we have new things that we're working on that I want us to talk about as well. So, yeah, man, let's just start with that. Like, what's new?
Oh man, I mean, again, since season 3, so much. You know, I'm in a relationship now. I've now moved to Charlotte. Those are like the 2 biggest life updates for me, which are instrumental. The moving thing, it allows us to be more creative.
Yeah.
With our plans for this show, with booking guests, topics, doing things outside of that, like live shows or blank. I ain't gonna spill the beans on what else we got going on, but
Talk about it later.
It gives us the opportunity, and then being in a relationship just open up another side of me, figuring out, okay, why didn't my previous relationships or me dating before didn't work, or why did it work, and applying it to this situation. And, you know, while I'm in this situation, why is this going well? Why is this going wrong? So learning more about myself in that aspect and just how to share my life. Because, you know, this is Living Single with Dan and Danny, which is, we all know, that singular mindset, being yourself, not being a follower, but learning how to keep that integrity while sharing your space and life and experiences with somebody else. So that's a topic in itself. But those are my major life updates. How about you?
Yeah, man. I'm in a relationship now. I know.
Who's in one first? Me or you?
You.
So would you say like you're trying to be like me?
No.
All right, just figured I'd ask. The people might want to know. The people might want to know, like, damn, like who did it first? It was me because I'm that nigga. But go ahead. I think the people saw that coming too.
Yeah.
Like, as much as you talk about your whole phase, how much you enjoy the whole phase, how much you love hoes, it's like It was natural that you were going to come on later with it. But
listen, I lived a great life. My whole phase was legendary.
Was it?
It was, man.
If you want to share a legend for those who don't know, feel free, but you don't have to.
They can listen back. Season 1, season 2.
Okay, for sure.
But for me, man, I'm in a relationship. It's been, 4 months now?
Okay.
So, still fairly new. It came about relatively quickly, too, but I knew I was ready for a relationship. It was just who was going to be the person, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was dating multiple people. All of them were great women. All of them were women that I could have been in relationships with. But my girl just separated herself from the pack. And it was, I don't even know how to describe it, but now, you know, I talked about my previous relationship and that I would never date a Gemini again, but my girl's a Gemini.
Wait, your current girl's a Gemini?
Yeah, Gemini.
I did not know that.
Literally, her birthday is the day before my ex birthday. So they are pretty similar as far as from a astrological perspective.
Danny got tight, don't he? He cannot stay away. Go ahead, brother. I ain't mad at
They're
it.
similar in the sense of they're both Geminis, but she is like completely different. And it's so refreshing because now I am, you know, I'll be 30 this year, God willing. I'm in a different mindset. And I can deal with someone who is drastically different than me. Like, you know, Geminis can be very like spur of the moment, outgoing. Like she's very outgoing,
all over the place.
Yeah, and I'm not. But
Yeah.
we balance each other out perfectly, and it's a healthy relationship.
Yeah,
Like, that's what I like about it.
Yeah,
Like,
that's the
it's
key.
a healthy relationship, and I think that's why it progressed so fast. Because I noticed that she was completely different than what I was used to.
I mean, I think that, and I don't mean to cut you off, but that's anything, whether that's healthy hair. I was joking about the beards, or I did not mean to make that a joke.
Right. Like,
but all right, but plants, for example, if you have healthy soil versus soil that isn't, the plant's going to grow quicker.
Facts.
So that makes all the sense in the world that like is progressing how it's progressed, even though, you know, it has been a shorter time span.
Yeah.
Because just natural. I'll say with mine, it wasn't healthy soil. And it wasn't nothing that she did. It wasn't even necessarily nothing I did outside of us both being complicit in the fact that we might have got together at a chance where like I may have not been emotionally available, and she may have had other plans. Like our foundation, we're just on two different pages as we were building our foundation.
Yeah.
So it wasn't as healthy as it sounds like yours was.
See, mine wasn't either though. Like to start, and I was dating multiple people probably up until a couple weeks before me and my girlfriend started like
being serious.
Yeah. And she is the one who was like, yo, like, so what's up? When you gonna make me my girl? And it was an insecurity in me because I knew how great she was, knew how beautiful she was. Mm-hmm. I was like, I don't want to lose on the opportunity of someone else getting you. So even though I'm not ready yet, I'm gonna say I'm ready
and see what happens.
And see what happens.
Same thing.
Yeah.
It's like I hope I don't get killed for this. But I specifically said I wasn't ready a couple of times.
See, I didn't. I lied.
But you know how women are aggressive and they gonna press you now.
Yeah.
So my no won't good enough the first time. So she gonna wait a few weeks, a few months, ask again. And eventually I'm like, well, shoot, I'm still not ready, but I don't want to lose. And okay, I'm not ready. They say with growth and change, you're never ready.
Yeah.
You if you're ready for it, then you waited too late for it.
Yeah.
So I felt like, all right, I'm not ready, but I get into it. And then as time grows, we learn each other more. We'll be fine.
Yeah.
Little did I know everything that comes with it. And not even just from her aspect, but again, for me, not having too many serious relationships previously or not even wanting to. Like, because it not only was I not ready, I didn't want to. Yeah. Like, I was at a place where I just wanted to work on me.
Yeah.
So, like, having to battle all that has been, like, the uphill challenge. Yeah. But, I mean, it's working out. I'm still kicking, so.
Exactly,
I mean,
exactly.
Something got to be working.
I think relationships, like with me, I struggled with being, one, vulnerable and also being 100% truthful. Even when I was dating multiple women, like, I didn't hide that fact, but was I completely honest? Did I always give somebody like an explanation for why I stopped talking to them or anything? No, of course not.
Because theory, you don't need to. They'll figure it out, or we be done talking to them once, so it doesn't matter.
Exactly. But that flip switch when I got into a relationship, and I was like, damn, maybe I should be honest and tell her like, yo, I really wasn't ready, so. I was still flirting when we first started going together because I really wasn't ready. I was insecure.
Yo, mine won't there. Neither was mine. Like, because for me, it's like I've had my longest relationship previously was like 5 months.
Yeah.
So to me, because none of those work, nothing has happened different in this relationship to make me think this is gonna be serious.
Yeah.
Like, or even more serious than anything else that I've done. Like, it's gonna be serious for a little while, then it may fizzle out.
Yeah.
So I won't going to drastically change my ways and how I approach things for what? Mm-hmm. I haven't been given a reason to. So that's what separated my girl from the pack. Like, she stayed around, she kept. Now again, looking back on it, she'll probably agree. She probably shouldn't have. She literally probably shouldn't have. She probably just cut her ties, but she stayed around. And because of that, made me get my act together, all that fun stuff. So
what would you say is the biggest thing that you had to struggle with? And I'll answer it as well. Making that transition from wanting to just focus on yourself to then now having to give energy and emotion to another person.
Bro, I'm still doing it. Like daily, bro. Like today, as I'm recording. But no, it's difficult because you realize it's a balance between not overthinking, but still giving yourself that opportunity to think things through and not just make decisions. Because you have one life to live. You don't want to look back. For me, my fear is just saying, okay, I'm gonna give it all to her. But looking back on my life, I'm like, dang, I ain't doing it for myself. I did this for her because, you know, I wanted the relationship to work and she was pushing this or I was pushing. Like, it was, what about me? Because although we get in relationships and we have partners, like at the end of the day, we are still individuals.
Facts.
So trying to focus on me and my individualism and make sure I get out everything out of this life that I can before I commit to a woman in the essence of marriage. Mm-hmm. I gotta do certain things, whether that's play 2K for 2 hours, whether that's go play cards with the homies, whatever. It may seem small to listeners
for your happiness.
Or my girl, but it's me. It's what I want.
Yeah.
And I realize like it's not up to anybody else to decide like how important those things are, but it's also up to me to not abuse it and to really look and see how important it is.
Yeah.
Okay, say I like playing 2K. Cool. That's important. I like to do it 5 days a week. Is it that important that I can't just do it 3 days? Okay, and then the other 2 do it. So figuring out that is the most difficult part because I don't want to shortchange what I want to do in my interests, and I also don't want to neglect my partner. So that's why I say it's a daily battle. And I personally feel like we shouldn't take it to the next level until I have that under control and she has that under control on her end too.
Right.
Because again, I'm somebody who has been able to make his own decisions, live on his own accord for at least the last 10 years, a decade. Boy, that's so crazy. A decade. You know what I'm saying? Since I was 18 at Wingate for maybe 2 years, then went to DC by myself. Like, I haven't had to listen to nobody. I haven't had to take anybody into consideration unless I wanted to.
Right.
When you're in a relationship, it ain't about what you want to do.
Yeah.
It's about what you need to do for the betterment of the relationship.
Yeah.
So that's the tough part. So I don't know if that answers your question, but like it's something I'm doing every day because again, I want to love myself, but still you got this person that has trusted you to love them too.
Yeah.
So it's just make sure your partner has an understanding like, I'm going to give you the love you need, but you got to make sure you self-sufficient and give yourself the love you need too. Because it's going to be times where I just can't for whatever reason. It's going to be times I don't want to for whatever reason. And you got to be cool with that.
Yeah.
Just as long as you know that like I'm not abusing it. It's not on some like, I'm just trying to be toxic or not good for later. It's like, no, I got to take care of myself or I got to take care of my family or I got to do, or I just want, it's life.
Yeah.
Like I think there's this fairy tale. I know I'm being long-winded, but I think there's this fairy tale about relationships and what people see and how it should be or how it should go. It's like every individual is different, and you have to adjust to your partner if that's who you want to be with.
100%.
If you don't want to adjust, don't be with them. But it's not up to you to force somebody to try to be a certain way. So making sure that you're in tune with how you want your partner to be, and make sure you're okay with how they want you to be.
Yeah.
So that probably covered a bunch, but I'll let you answer the question too.
Yeah. For me, I think the hardest transition was kind of similar in the sense of I am good by myself. Like I can make myself happy. I don't quote unquote need anybody to feel a certain type of way, fulfilled or anything like that. But the struggle has been taking my selfishness and making an effort to do things that my partner likes to do, plan things, you know, love her the way she wants to be loved. And for her, that's doing acts of service. So planning things or doing things for her. So that's been the biggest struggle is making that switch from being a single man who doesn't need to answer to any woman, can do and move however he wants, to now I have to think about how what I do will impact this other person. If I'm on the game and I don't respond to her for a couple hours, is she gonna be cool? Do I need to communicate that beforehand? Like, so
many intricacies, bro.
Yeah.
Like you don't, bro. It's just, it's a lot.
Yeah,
it is a lot. So you said something that made me think about something else. I feel like one gender needs like fulfillment from a partner, and the other gender just likes that companionship. I think, and you can tell if you got a different sense. I think men like that companionship, knowing we have it, somebody. Whenever we done doing what we doing, we just had that person. We can chill, talk to, whatever. And I think women more so like that fulfillment. Like, I have a partner who can do this for me, this for me, this for me, and not like literally like lift weights or heavy bags, or pay all the bills, but just like, emotionally. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't think I could be wrong, but for me, I don't pay attention to being fulfilled emotionally as much as I do having that companionship, knowing I have a partner that I can rely on, be like my better half.
Yeah.
Do you think that's accurate in the assessment of the two genders, or do you have a different opinion?
I think it's definitely accurate. I think men and women both need different things. For me, I don't think I needed someone that was. I originally thought I needed someone who is ambitious, a go-getter, like CEO. We gonna be partners and building this empire. That's great. I can do that myself, though. I don't really need my woman to be that tapped in, for lack of a better words, as I am. Like, I think as a man, and me being ambitious, that is my struggle to have on my own. I need someone who can support me in that.
Yeah.
I need somebody who can like I never had my girl like cooks for me and make sure she would be leaving and say, I'll go to the grocery store and make sure you have food for the next 2 days.
Consider it.
Because she knows I eat one time a day and be good just because I'm working all day.
Yeah. So
like that little stuff, like just pointing out little things, and she's a sounding board for my ideas. So when I'm writing my second book, she was the first person to read it and get her share her thoughts on it. But I don't need her to be working on the book herself. For me to love her. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's more of I just need someone that can support me in my dreams. Whereas women probably need someone that can provide a certain level of security to them. Emotionally, I think we both genders want to be loved. Like having somebody that loves you and cares about you. If your hair is messed up, if you just waking up crusty, like that's a beautiful thing. And I love that feeling.
Don't get the crust out your eyes. But just know I ain't gonna judge you for this 5 minutes until you do.
And I love that feeling. But I used to think that I needed this woman that was super successful and made a certain amount of, it was like, well, in actuality, I really don't, because I can take care of myself. I just need somebody who can support me in that.
Can you realize that means nothing?
Exactly.
Like, if the opposite of it is cool, but like, all right, so what you got? Everybody got a job.
Yeah.
All right, so what you make money? People make money. It's a thing. Like, but are you considerate? That's a trait.
Yeah.
How do you think? Are you, whatever your mindset is, your personality? That's what I think is important as the person, like the person.
Yeah, exactly.
Not what a person has going on. Exactly. Unless it's something toxic, because then you need to stay away. But like the person, like that's who you have to pay attention to and get to know.
Exactly.
Because like, and that's the thing with Jasmine. Like, I'm continuing to get to know her. She continue to get to know me. I think that's the difference. Like, the more we know each other, the better off we are.
100%.
And because I found out I would say stuff. I can't think of an example, but I say stuff, and in my mind, I'm making all the sense of the world, but she just don't get it. And what I had to find out is, okay, I'm saying I don't like going to the mall on the weekdays. Just understand that. Not know I need to give her a background story of why. So she has a foundational understanding of why I am how I am, why I think how I think. I didn't realize that. I thought just me saying it was good enough.
Because you know yourself.
Exactly.
So you expect her to know. Yeah.
Like, I don't think it's rocket science. And I think you know me well enough to know I'm not just saying stuff to say it.
Yeah.
Like, no, I have a reason, but no, like, a lot of times your partner need to know that reason.
Yeah.
So, but switching gears, you said you have somebody to, help you with your dreams or read your book. You've been doing a lot of things. You've done a lot of things. You've done clothing, the book. You have like 10 podcasts, which I'm against, but carry on, do your thing. But so what is something in the entrepreneurial realm that you would tell yourself now, well, tell yourself then that would help you in the long run that you didn't know when you first started dabbling in different things?
Yeah. I would probably say when I was younger, just if I had
Data age, like college, before college?
college, when, you're getting thousands of dollars in refund checks every semester, and I was spending it on clothes and shoes.
That's all we
but
do.
I was selling shoes in college to get by. So I would flip shoes on eBay, restore shoes and sell them. So that was my hustle. But if I had the mindset that I had now in college, I probably would have took that money, stacked it, opened up a consignment shop in Wingate to sell those shoes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Instead of doing it online, created something like that. Or just stack that money in period. To now, I think a big goal of mine in life is to be able to help solve the homelessness problem. It's a problem that I care about a lot. And I think that we see people that are black and reach a certain level of success and they leave the hood. And I want to reinvest in the hood, but not to capitalize off of it, right? I want to buy buildings in Baltimore and areas of Charlotte that have been dilapidated, pretty much left for dead. And instead of driving up values of homes, build a community center in these areas that serves as one shelter for people that don't have it, and it's free. I don't want to make any money off of it. I just want to own it and be able to take care of the community. And then in a second sense, have a resource center that teaches children, whether they're in the community or not, and those homeless that are able to, skills that help them get jobs, because that's what they need in order to survive. So we know that the government isn't going to do it. So that's something that now, as I've reached 30s and my that next decade, that's what my focus is on, is how can I now use this level of success that I've reached so far, and how can I start to give that back? So that's my focus now. And just putting out things that are positive. So the children's books, that second book will be coming out this year, and that is going to be a story that is, again, going to share just positive light. So everything that I do, the podcast, everything is just going to be putting out positive to the hope, obviously, to get it back.
Yeah, I think, that's the key. If we, and by we, I mean, not just us, but just our generation, anybody in the sound of my voice, we do the best we can to shift the culture by just being uplifting. Like, we don't got to be negative. And I'm not saying you got to walk around happy all the time.
Yeah.
I'm just saying be encouraging. Don't put people down. And even if you do tell a joke that puts somebody down, make sure you bounce that out with checking on their mental health or whatever the case may be. Because, as much as friends joke and laugh, like, I have stuff going on, you got stuff going on. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I'm saying this, we never do it. Not saying me and you need to do it, but, like, just do it with people. Like, whoever's is, like, do it with people as you see fit. Because also, if you got a bunch going on, I don't know if you're in the right place to ask somebody that. But reach out, say, hey, can I talk to you? Like, people you trust and all that. And that's how we start, I think, again, changing our circle, which will then change the circle of the people involved. And, it's just a revolving door.
You change yourself, then you change the world around you.
Yeah, man. I want to think of a slogan. Instead of hurt people, let's say happy people, hap people. I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out. We're gonna put it on a t-shirt. We're gonna go from there.
Last question before we wrap it up for you. What is one thing that you want to commit to improve yourself, both in your relationship with your partner and your relationship with yourself? Yeah, that was deep. I know.
Pause, nigga. Pause. What? You hear the way you talk? Yeah, that was deep. I know. Let me think. Something that I want to improve with myself and also with my partner. I think just, I don't know if the word is open-minded, but I want to continue to, and I don't know if this is the right answer, but continue to grow. Because what I see right now is I'm living and moving in a way that, well, I'll say this, not being scared to maneuver differently. You know how to do an example? It's probably a bad example. So I've started working out on my lunch break. That has taken over a month for me to get to do. Because at first I was like, man, I want to work out right after work. I get done, but then I was rushing to cook. I was rushing to play 2K, rushing. It was too much. I'm like, the next best bed. All right, let me just get up early in the morning. That worked until daylight savings time, and I'm like, like now I'm just throwing up, like, and I'm getting up early, but I'm just not working out. So I'm like, how can I do it? I'm like, all right, we do got a gym at work. But I'm like, man, I'm so used to capitalizing on my hour break. Just chilling, YouTube videos, text, or whatever, eating. Like, I want to relax. I've had a rough morning, or I'm going to have a long afternoon. I don't want to spend that time
working out.
Yeah, I just want to relax. But I'm like, you can't have your cake and eat it too.
Yeah.
So learning that, like, you're going to have to shift in some way to improve or to get in what you want to get in. And that was it for me. And this has been 2 weeks now that I've been doing that. And I feel good. It's a shorter workout, but I'm doing it. Yeah. A 30-minute workout is better than none at all that day. So doing that is something I want to apply to my life, like thinking about things that I was shy away from because, like, I know I'm going to regret it later. Like, all right, if I do this, I'm going to be tired later. Or if I do this, it's going to be extra work on me. If I speak up, they might ask this or say this. Like, I want to say, I don't care. This is what I feel like is right or I need to do. So do it.
Yeah.
So I want to do that in my personal life and in my relationship as well. Perfect example, relationship, start feeling the way instead of internalizing it until I felt better to speak about it. Just speak about it before it go over the top. Because then once it go over the top, it's like it's going to be harder to overcome than just talking about it now.
Yeah.
So that's an example of that. And then again, in my personal life, when I'm at work, just, not being afraid to say certain things, even though that's going to come with more questions or put more work on me. Or in my personal life, make sure, again, I keep waking up early. I stay to my routine, even though I'm like, Dad, this routine, I'm going to have to do this Monday through Friday. And I ain't going to get no break off of it until the weekend, but F it. Yeah. you need to wash dishes as soon as you come home so you're going to get power. Like, that's just what you need to do, bro. Like, do it. You need to get off this game at this time so you can do it. So learning to just do it. So that's what I would change. What about you?
I think personally, I read a book called The Four Agreements, which is like super powerful, life-changing. And I want to make sure that I put what I've learned from that book into action. So being impeccable with my word, not making assumptions, doing my best. What's the fourth one? Not taking anything personally. So that's one part of it. But also being okay with being vulnerable and uncomfortable. So if, like I've said this in the chat multiple times, if I'm wrong, I now want to, if I reflect on some situation or exchange and I am wrong, I want to be the first person to say, you know what, I apologize, I was wrong. Because that is my way of, one, realizing that I made a mistake and then putting a positive resolution out there. Whether it's taken that way or not, at least I know I'm good. And I just let it go. So personally, those are the two things that I think that I need to perfect. And then in my relationship, I think it is kind of also with what you said with being able to address issues and not internalize them, because I can get annoyed about something and I just let it go, and I can get annoyed about something and it just continues to.
Does your girl do the same, or does she like tell you as soon as she's annoyed?
I typically know when something is wrong.
Okay.
And I'll ask her like, "What's going on?" Like,
but she don't know when something unless you.
She can't tell if something's wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was about to say, the only reason I asked that, 'cause I can't internalize it, but my girl, she don't. She do, but like, it's gonna come to a point she gonna tell me. I will keep it internalized forever.
Yeah.
But then I got to a point where, like, shoot, if she could tell me how she feeling, like, damn, you need to clean up. I need to say, you need to clean up. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not fair. Because then I realize, like, it's unbalanced, but that's on my own doing.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause I chose not to express.
Yeah.
So I was just wondering.
So I typically that's another thing. I typically can realize when something is wrong with her, and then I will push her to talk about it. Like, what's wrong? What's wrong? She'll say nothing. And it got to the point where I'd be like, all right, whatever. And I'll just let it slide. And then she'll want to talk about it. So I had to check on that. Like, nah, if I ask you one time, you say nothing, I'm not engaging in the conversation again.
Yeah.
But I don't hold myself to that standard.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if something is wrong, I'm not going to be the first person to bring it up. So that's another thing. I think it's the beauty in relationships is that they grow with time. A lot of times we make decisions about our relationship based on this present moment, not realizing that, hey, we can be arguing for a couple months now, but if you're the person I want to spend my life with, what are these 2 months of us being rocky? You know what I'm saying? If we really care about each other and love each other. So I think I have to do a better job at being vulnerable and sharing my feelings. And if something doesn't go right, telling her like, yo, I don't like this, and allowing her the opportunity to fix it or not. Because I'll get to the point where I'll see things multiple times and I'll just be like, all right, I'm checking out. Yeah. And that's not healthy.
Yeah.
So.
Nope. Well, cool. I got one more. I do got one more question. Okay, you talk about admitting when yours wrong, and I'm not gonna say no names, but mutual person we know. Did that ever get settled, or did it just like? Did y'all have a conversation about it?
No.
Okay. Do you think it's necessary?
No.
Interesting. Because I wonder. Because again,
I mean, it may be. Will it happen? Probably not.
Probably not. The only reason I say is quote unquote necessary is because like sort of act like it's never happened. It's like I know it doesn't matter if you know how that person feel, but like, bro, just express yourself. Yeah. Like we don't gotta, because it's not fake, but still like we don't gotta act like that. Just talk. Yeah. But that's not. But that isn't on you though. Yeah, that's not on you. But like I just wish he would. Cause like I feel like as an adult, you're internalizing it. Yeah. Until something else happens, bros over again.
Yeah,
so
men don't want to be vulnerable, man. It's a lot to say. Yo, like what you said hurt me, bro. Like,
yeah. You know or I don't like it when you do that. It gets awkward. Yeah. But it's even more awkward when we know, especially when we now know there's something underlying.
Exactly. Yeah.
But okay. But I did think of a quote for us. You know how they say hurt people hurt people. So I came up with something. Is happy people rehabilitate people that want to be happy. That? No, I just made it up. Try to Google it. I came up with
happy
it.
People
rehabilitate people that want to be happy. Think about it. We'll finish this next time on Danny Living Single with Danny. Danny, thank y'all for listening. Thanks for joining. We'll holler at you. Living Single with Danny.